Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief.
Over 10,875 people have now been diagnosed with the coronavirus in the state of Israel. And of those sick, 174 are in serious condition and 123 are on ventilators. Another 155 are moderately ill, with the rest exhibiting just mild symptoms. Israel's death toll has now risen to 103, with 5 deaths reported in just the last 24 hours alone. And the latest victim is a 63-year-old man in Tiberias who had allegedly been suffering from underlying health issues. Now, although over 1,300 people are now recovered from the coronavirus in Israel, Israeli health officials are expecting a surge in deaths in the next 10 days because many of those who are already hospitalized and on ventilators are likely to succumb to the virus in the coming days. On a positive note, though, experts are pointing to the relatively slow rise in the number of patients on ventilators as a source of potential encouragement, and a more or less slow rise in the number of new cases. But it's projected that Israel will be falling short of testing 10,000 people a day for the coronavirus in the close future because of a shortage of a key chemical used to analyze COVID-19 tests. This week has seen a significant drop in testing because Israeli labs are in the process of switching over to using locally produced chemical reagents to fill the need. And on Friday, a little less than 6,000 people were tested. The health ministry hopes to bring that number up to 20,000 tests, though, once new equipment is installed in labs across Israel as well. As the data becomes clearer about who's the most severely impacted by the coronavirus, Israel is still rolling out new regulations to stem the spread of the disease. Starting today, all Israelis are required to wear face masks when venturing outside that cover both the nose and the mouth. This does not, however, apply to children under the age of 6, drivers in cars, people alone in a building, or people with mental or medical conditions that would prevent them from wearing a mask. And if you don't have a store-bought mask, that's okay. Masks can be homemade or makeshift. The Israeli cabinet will soon enable the government to order all arrivals at Ben Gurion Airport to enter mandatory state-controlled quarantine as well, all in an effort to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 from abroad. And all arrivals will be housed in quarantine hotels for at least 14 days. Jerusalem's also taking center stage this week. Today, the traditional priestly blessing of the Passover holiday will be performed at the Western Wall with just 10 worshippers present, unlike the tens of thousands that usually take part. And several Jerusalem neighborhoods with high coronavirus infection rates will be locked down starting on Sunday afternoon, according to the Israeli Prime Minister. About 75% of the infections in Jerusalem have taken place in ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods, and now 4 zones of the city will be sealed. Zone 1 and 2, which cover northeast and northwest Jerusalem, Zone 3, which covers southwest Jerusalem, and finally Zone 5, which covers much of the city center. Now, amidst the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, select flights into Israel have continued to rescue stranded citizens abroad. But a very special flight has now arrived, carrying 8 new Israelis aboard. 14 Israelis left and 22 have returned Saturday after 7 Israeli couples picked up their new babies from Georgia. The children were all born via surrogacy, and with the help of private donors, crowdfunding, and the Israeli embassy in Tbilisi, these brand new families have been able to unite for the first time. It all started after the parents' troubles had been highlighted on television. So to help, former National Security Council chairman and senior research associate at the INSS, Giora Island, set out to solve the problem. He used his contacts to raise over 180,000 shekels through crowdfunding in just 48 hours, and he helped coordinate the pickup with both the Israeli embassy in Georgia and with the Israeli Foreign Ministry and Health Ministry. Then finally, a private plane by company Ayit provided the final step needed. While all the new parents, their children, and the amazing staff who helped them are at home in a 2-week quarantine. But as officials explain, this operation symbolizes deep friendship and how all people across the world can still come together in times of crisis.
First of all, we're so excited to be here. We waited so long for this moment, and now finally it's here. We want to personally thank again the Georgia government and all the people who were involved in this amazing operation to bring us home. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it really, really, really much. Thank you. Thank you.
That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.